Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the time period of October 1st to the 22nd, 2018. I am using B playing cards, okay? So I'm just going to run through the suits of the cards just really quickly. You guys you're familiar with playing card suits, but I'm just going to, refresh everybody with this, before I start the reading, okay? So the spades represent air signs, spade energy. Then you have diamonds represent earth sign energy. Your clubs represent fire, and your hearts represent water sign energy, okay? So let's see what energies and elements and all kinds of extraterrestrial things that we can talk about today. I don't know why I said extraterrestrial. Maybe you're a science major. Maybe you're studying something that is maybe you're studying maybe you're doing like alien studies. Maybe you're studying about aliens and things of the galaxy and water on the moon. Maybe you're doing a lot of maybe you're doing astronomy. Maybe something's going on with the stars. Maybe something's going on with you, like with spirituality. Maybe you want to learn more about your chart, if it's nothing. But I also get Egyptology. Maybe you're learning things about Egypt, artifacts, Egyptian artifacts, and but there's maybe you're trying to use Egyptian artifacts, for maybe you're trying to find a way to it has something to do with gods and goddesses and deities. But you're trying to figure out how to utilize those a specific god or a goddess or deity. Like you're trying to study that. Maybe you're taking a religion course, or maybe you're just studying it, but there's benefit. Maybe you're using maybe you're studying some form of Egyptology to benefit yourself. So it could be like listening to Ma'at, like a Ma'at meditation, or learning about the Eye of Horus or the Eye of Ra, how to benefit from a specific meditation, but it has something to do with Egypt or Egyptology or Egypt, it's Egyptian tide or something's extraterrestrial, something like that. Okay, let's see what's going on. Oh, Pisces. Something is also scary. I'm just getting that. Something is scary to you, but I'll just finish really quickly. All right, Pisces. Something is scary. So I get a sister. Something is scary about a sister. So maybe somebody's as my eyes were closed as I was meditating over the deck. I was seeing a pair of eyes, but I was seeing eyes, but they were closed. So maybe this has, I don't know. Maybe someone passed or they passed. I don't know. Maybe that's why something is scary about a sibling. Or I don't feel capacity necessarily. I just feel maybe it's somebody's eyes that are scary. Maybe it doesn't have to be a sibling. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. But there's where was she? Where was she? So maybe it's a sister. Maybe I get the way someone is being found. So maybe it's the way a sibling is being found that is scary. So maybe something's going on with that. Something's going on with the way a sibling is being found, but it's scary the way they're being found. Halloween is coming up, so maybe this could be like an outing that you're trying to plan and go out with your sister. Maybe something's going on, but maybe something is joke like about this also. Maybe somebody's trying to scare you. That's why I said scary. Maybe someone's trying to be scary, but something's going with popping up in places. So maybe something's scary about you. Maybe you're popping up in places. But I get sibling. Your sibling is popping up in places, and maybe that's why it's scary to you. But there's what is she wearing? Like that could be Halloween-esque kind of situation. Maybe your sibling is wearing something crazy. But I get sheer, like it's a sheer material. Maybe you're trying to figure out where somebody ordered their Halloween costume from. But I get a Virgo. Maybe a Virgo ordered a really sheery like Halloween costume. Maybe something's going on with someone ordering a Halloween costume, but it's freaky looking to you, or something about a sister is scary. There's scaring. When I said sister, there's scaring me. So if it has nothing to do with Halloween, then maybe your sister is scaring you, but it has maybe something that your sister is saying is scaring you. So it just depends on the energy. It just depends on what's going on. Okay. All right, Pisces, 10 of spades. Woo. Oh, Lord. 10 of spades is a 10 of swords. That's why I said something is really scary. It's a 10 of spades. So it's a 10 of swords energy. There's something's going on here. Something strange is going on where like that's why I said scary but you're trying to figure it's a sibling or a sister. Like you're trying to understand where somebody was or how somebody ended up somewhere, but like somebody's shown up somewhere, but it's like maybe something is scary about the way someone is showing up somewhere, or the way they look, or maybe something crazy happened to someone. If that's not the case, then maybe the 10 of spades could be like maybe you just didn't know what someone was going to wear for Halloween. It's a very vague example because the 10 of spades is a very vague example, but I feel more drawn towards the fact that someone is like a sibling or a sister. It could have been a missing person. Someone has shown up somewhere without clothes. Like that's why it's a 10 of spades. Somebody is I get something like Cancer. So maybe it's a Cancer. Maybe a Cancer has shown up somewhere without clothes on. Maybe a Cancer is your sister or your friend you call your sister, but I was getting where was she? So maybe somebody was really drunk. So it could be a Cancer, or a Virgo. I was getting Cancer. Maybe a Cancer was really drunk somewhere. But who are those guys? Who are these guys? Maybe it's a Cancerian female that went out with some guys, but they shouldn't. So there's a Cancerian female that should not go out with guys, like a particular guy, or a group of guys, whatever it is, because maybe the Cancerian female is the only girl that is there. If that's the case, I told her not to go, maybe it doesn't have to be a Cancer. It could just be anybody or any sibling but I get naked. Every time I say sibling, it's taking me, it's going through levels with this 10 of spades. It's like 1 minute they're showing up with no clothes, but now it's like somebody is showing, they're naked, something's going on with being nude. And maybe something's going on it has something to do with the fact that someone went out with a group of guys and girls, or guys and whatever it is. But maybe you're trying to understand what someone was drinking, because I was getting like, someone was drinking a lot. They also were smoking. But maybe you thought someone stopped smoking. This could be an element here where you may have thought that someone stopped smoking, they quit smoking, whatever it is. They're drinking, they're going out and they're drinking. This could be a Halloween party. Like maybe this is like a once you get down to the end of the month, like, especially I did this till the 22nd. Once you get down to like towards the end of the month, people usually do like pre-Halloween, like, all like those first 2 weeks before Halloween, people usually go in. They go in and they get invited to like pre-Halloween events, and they go crazy and they get drunk and high and all kinds of craziness. And, but somebody's showing up nude and naked with no clothes. And you're trying to understand what happened. Okay. And it could be a Cancer, it could be a Virgo, or some sibling that somebody has. You have a sibling, but you're trying to get a sibling to not go somewhere with this kind of feeling. Your starting point has the 10 of, you have a lot of 10s, a lot of heavy energies, all these, that 10 spades, this 10 of clubs energy is showing up here. But so why wasn't he there with her? Or why wasn't she or he there? Like, it could be fire sign energy, but I get a Leo, maybe a Leo. Leo is responsible for something that's going on here. Maybe a Leo could be responsible for why something is showing up on the news, or they're responsible for why someone is nude and naked, something along with a rape. Or maybe it's a rape accusation, or maybe someone is responsible for concealing. Maybe a fire sign. You're aware that a fire sign energy is responsible for concealing a rape-like element. But I also get an Aries. Maybe an Aries is also. I get brother. Aries is your brother. This could be like a brotherhood, like between you and Aries, and could be sad as well. You and Aries and a Leo-like element. But when I said I get concealed, they're concealing something. So it could be a rape. you know. But I get where she's at, where she is. Like somebody, there's a female somewhere. There's a female somewhere, and maybe those elements could be a group of dudes. You could be one of those dudes. There's a group of guys that they're concealing the whereabouts, but they actually know where this missing. Why? Okay, the missing person, the girl that's shown up naked, or your sister, or your non-biological or biological or not. These elements, they're responsible for that. But there's something that's also going on here where like they know where the person is. They know where your sister is, your sibling is, your whoever. They know where. I also get daughter. Somebody knows where somebody's daughter is. Like there's a daughter that is showing up, you know. But is it they put her there or they put her somewhere with the 10 of clubs? Maybe that's why that is Leo. Maybe that's why you're not hanging out with a Leo-like element. Maybe that's why you're not hanging out with them, or maybe that's why you want some fire sign. That's why you want Aries. That's why you want these elements out of the way, but they're not getting out of the way. But I get they're always around. These elements, they're always around. They're always around, but they're making me look bad. Like because you're trying to say that these fire sign elements, they're making you look bad, but it's because it's something that they're doing or something that they're trying to conceal with the 10 of clubs. But a shooting may have occurred somewhere as well. A shooting may have occurred somewhere, and maybe that's why maybe you don't want your daughter around that. Maybe if you're a woman, maybe your daughter, like your daughter is the one that's shown up somewhere, but there's or a sister, something's going on. Maybe if you're a woman, you don't want your daughter. Maybe you don't want your daughter around her father. Maybe your daughter's father does or is involved. I get masonry. You if you're a woman, your daughter's father is involved with masonry, and you don't want your daughter seeing what masonry things entail. You know, I mean, that makes sense. Or maybe if you're a guy, maybe your brothers are, maybe you're involved with your brothers with masonry, and maybe you don't want your kids involved, and you're trying to get your kids involved. But maybe something's going on with I keep getting daughter. Maybe you have a daughter. Maybe you're trying to get your daughter into something. Maybe you're trying to get your daughter to be, I don't know how Eastern Star, Masonry, Eastern Star, like if you have a daughter, if you're a woman, you have a daughter and you want your daughter in Eastern Star, they call them rainbow children. Like maybe something's going on with you trying to get your daughter to become a rainbow child with the 10 of clubs. Maybe you are somebody's daughter and these elements could be showing up like your father. But maybe they're still in the game. That they're still in the game of crazy. Maybe something about masonry entails something crazy, and maybe your dad is still a part of that. Maybe your father is still a part of that. But there's something that's going on. Maybe this element is showing up like a parent. Maybe it's showing up like parents. But maybe you are a rainbow child. You know, if you grew up if you grew up with your parents being a part of masonry and Eastern Star, like black elite families or white elite families, whatever elite family you come from, you want your daughter or you are that daughter, but there's a trying to get out. Maybe you're trying to get out of a Mason or Eastern Star group, but something difficult to do. Maybe your mom wants you to stay in it. Something's going on with a mom wanting you to stay in it, you know? But a sister doesn't know. Maybe you think your sister doesn't know that you're a part of an Eastern Star Masonic group. But something is blood tied. So maybe this could be a situation here, but someone was a part of Eastern Star and Masonry since birth. Someone was a part of it since birth. Someone was a part of it since birth. Your daughter, or you don't want your daughter in it, or you're trying to get your daughter to be a rainbow child, or you are that rainbow child, whatever. Rainbow children are usually they're younger, but you know, if you started off in an Eastern Star group, if you started off you may have started off in an Eastern Star group as a rainbow child, and maybe trying to get out of. You're trying to get out of it. You're trying to get out of it, or it's a fire sign. Maybe they do things. If it's somebody's dad, if it's your children, it's their father that is in it, and they're trying to get kids in it. They're trying to get kids to be in it. Bloodline, blood tied into black elite bloodline with Eastern Star and Masonic stuff with the 10 of clubs energy here. So if it's not that, maybe something going on with the missing girl. You know, maybe something's going on. Maybe somebody has a very negative view into how like these kind of societies are. So maybe the missing girl that is nude and naked, that's showing up nude and naked, and they're on the news, something like that. Maybe some aspect about some part of that. Maybe something about that is tied to, I don't know. It's crazy. Like something about that is tied to Masonry. But maybe somebody's saying that, and maybe that's not the case, or maybe it is and it's not the case. But maybe it has something to do with something, the way something that it entails, like how to get into it. It entails something. It entails something crazy, or entails someone to do something crazy to somebody. 10 of clubs. I mean, you're trying to understand why somebody was somewhere. So maybe it's fire sign energies, a Cancer. But I get victim when I said Cancer. Cancer is a victim. Cancer is a victim. Maybe there's this element here where a Cancer, a female, male, if a Cancer, if it's a guy, but maybe a Cancerian guy is a part of some type of Masonry. If it's Cancerian female, maybe somebody thought they had the ends. If you're dealing with a Cancerian female, they thought they had the ends with some type of group, But it's son, maybe it's a Cancerian son, or it's a Cancer that has a kid, but it's their son, Maybe somebody has a son that was somebody has a son that was born into Masonry. Somebody has a son that was born into Masonry. So maybe you're that son that was born into Masonry and you want to get out. Or it's a Cancer that has a son that was born into Masonry and so they want to stay. They want to stay in it. Cancer and their son want to stay in it. You want out. Somebody wants their daughter to be a rainbow child. If it's nothing like that, it's just a burden. If it's nothing like that, then it's just this kind of situation here where you're dealing with a situation where you don't know where a sister or a friend is, but somebody has information. As simple as that. Somebody, fire sign energies that have information. Okay? What you're waiting on is the 10 of diamonds. All these 10s. All these completed cycles. They're completed cycles because something is coming out. They're completed cycles because something is coming out. But it's about rainbow children. It's a lot of esoteric stuff that's going on here as well. To the 10 of diamonds, it has something to do with rainbow children. It's a 10 of diamonds. So maybe you're making a lot of money. But it's because you were born into something, or because somebody was born into something. It has something to do with the way someone was blessed. Like maybe this is a baptism that someone had. Maybe this is the way a child is being baptized. That's why I said born into Masonry, born into Elite, born into Eastern Star, born into being a rainbow child. Or some type of interesting spiritualness in a family. If it's nothing like that, if it's external, and it has something going on with being a Christian. A Christian family is disguised. There's a Christian family that is disguised as a Mason, as Masons, as Eastern Stars. Those groups they uphold religious doctrines of especially Catholicism, especially of Christianity. So maybe, but it's something about that, something shady about that, and something is also a cover up about that with the 10 of diamonds energy here. But I get the whole family. So there's a whole family that is like a part of this. There's a whole family a part of it. But maybe this is a family that schemes out. Maybe the person that is shown up nude and naked was a family member that was schemed out. Maybe they were a family member that was schemed out of a Mason group, schemed out of an Eastern Star group. But it's a family blood tie. It's a family blood tie. It has to do with I get uncle. Maybe it has to do with somebody's uncle, somebody's dad, somebody's mom. But I guess that's where the money is coming from. That's where all the money is coming from, like some type of private secret society that somebody was born into, sworn into, blessed into. I was getting blessings, so it has something to do with baptism and disguised Christian stuff, like baptisms and blessings over babies' heads and that kind of stuff. But it has something to do with Masonry and Eastern Star, okay? You're all these 10 of hearts energy here. 10 of hearts energy. But my whole family, your whole family is a part of something. But your whole family is a part of concealing something. But I get why someone is showing up nude. There's a whole family that is involved with why someone is showing up nude. Bless me. There's a whole family there's a whole family that is concealing why concealing the fact into why someone was someone was raped and choked. I'm sorry to say it like that. That's why the 10 of spades is there. But a whole family is involved with setting that up, or a whole family is aware of that. Like the whole family knows who really did it. But something going with news and fake news and this, that, and the third, like 10 of clubs with the 10 of hearts, you know, fake news, fake lies, fake Christian family with the 10 of hearts energy. But I should have got out. There's something going on with you, but someone's with the money. The money was ringing in somebody's ear. The money was ringing in somebody's ear. Maybe there's this element there. There's this element, something that's sacrificial also. Something's going on. Maybe that's why, like something's going on here with that. Something's going on here with that, with the 10 of hearts energy being here. Something's going on with that. And that's why you're like, I should have got out of your family. But they do bad things. There's a family that does bad. Maybe you're getting schemed out of something. Maybe your family is doing bad things. But that's what a Cancer is saying. Maybe a Cancerian energy is saying that. Maybe that's why they're getting schemed out of maybe this is a workplace. It's not to be family. I'm feeling family heavily, but it's family secrecy, family religious and elite secrecy that's going on here. Blood ties and blood blessings and whatever that is. If it's not that, then it's just then maybe it's a workplace. Maybe it's a workplace that has this kind of secrecy. Maybe that's why a boss doesn't want you to leave, or a boss was involved with something crazy. You know, the 10 of hearts energy, the Cancer. That's why I said the Cancerian energy. They were talking about that. They were talking about a family doing bad things or being bad, a family being bad. You know, this could be a mafia family. You know, this could be like a Italian mafia family, a black elite family, a white elite family. Someone's mafia-like about this with a 10 of hearts. Yeah, I should have gotten out. That's why you don't want your kids somewhere. If it's nothing like that, maybe it's just a job but something is blood tied about a job. That's what this is, a lot of money. Maybe you don't understand. Maybe there's this element of you don't like how I had a corporation. You don't like how a corporation is making their money. You don't like how a corporation is making their money. And maybe that's what a Cancer is talking about. And maybe that's why they were schemed out, or you were schemed out. That's why somebody's schemed out. You're trying to get out. They don't want you to leave. But somebody wants their children involved. Somebody wants kids involved with something that's going on here. So this could just be a business. Maybe it's a family business. You know? But I get that it's built off of sacrifices. There's a family business that is flourishing, but it has something to do with making sacrifices with the 10 of diamonds. That's how a family business is flourishing. Maybe a Cancer is talking about that. Maybe a Cancer, something's going on with a Cancer and them thinking that you need help. But it has something to do with you being tied to a Leo. It has something to do with something that a Leo did to you, or something that a Leo, some type of secrecy surrounding a Leo, Aries, some fire sign, a Leo-like element. But he's not going to get out of it. So maybe a Cancer is trying to talk to you about a Leo getting out, a Leo guy getting out of something, or stop doing something. Stop doing something that's Mason-like, or something that's going on with money. But I get that drug. Maybe something's going on. Maybe a Cancer is your sister. You know, that's why I said sister. Maybe a Cancer is your sister. You know, Cancer could be your sister. And your sister has a lot of say into what your man is doing if you're a female. If you're a guy, maybe your sister. Maybe it's your sister that has a lot of say into what a dad is doing. What an uncle. I was going to uncle. What an uncle is doing. You don't want to get involved. They don't want to get involved. A Cancer is becoming victim because they're talking too much. A Cancer could potentially become victim because they're talking to you too much, or I get a news reporter. Somebody's talking to they're sharing too much with a news reporter, and something's going on with that. Someone's making you nervous. Someone's making you nervous about a Cancer talking to a news reporter. A news reporter. You reside with these water signs. You reside with Cancer. Somebody's annoying about a Scorpio. Someone is annoying about a Scorpio. Maybe a Scorpio is bragging about joining something. Maybe a Scorpio is trying to be in. Maybe a Scorpio is trying to be in a family. It could just be a regular family situation. Maybe Scorpio, if somebody doesn't have any money, maybe it's a Scorpio element. But that's why they're not invited over. That's why they're not invited over if it's a Scorpio. They don't have any money. They don't have money if it's a Scorpio. But something's also annoying about them as well. Maybe that's what a fire sign energy, a Leo, whatever fire sign, maybe that's what they're complaining about. But maybe you adore. Something I pick up that you adore fire-like elements, but something is negative about them. Something is negative about them. That's why it's a 10 of clubs. You adore them, Maybe you adore the amount of money that you're making with them. Maybe you adore the children that you have with them, or you are their child. Maybe they adore you, or you adore the amount of money that you're making with them. Maybe it's a sibling situation. Maybe your siblings adore you. Maybe that's something that these secret societies say to siblings, to children, that I adore. Maybe something about that is something spiritual about that also. The way that like a spiritual saying, but it has something to do with Eastern Star and Mason or family secrecy. But maybe it's the way something is being said to a sibling, the way you're saying something to a sibling, the way they're saying something to you. I adore. I'm about to research that. Some type of secret saying in a family, but it has something to do with being elite or being born elite with the 10 of Hearts. Maybe you like your family. Maybe you like riches. Maybe there's riches in a family. Maybe you like that. But some element about something that's toxic about that. Maybe your family is rich. Something's rich about your family. It could be spiritually rich, financially rich. Maybe you like your family, but something is toxic about that. Something is toxic about that. Maybe, like I said, it has something to do with how the riches are coming. Maybe how the riches are coming is toxic. Maybe how the riches are coming is something that's toxic about that, or something that's crazy about that. That's why you want out. Why Cancer is talking to you about being out, or they want in, or they want your kids in, or you want your kids out. Whatever the situation is here. Very interesting. Your future has a 4 of spades. 4 of spades. It's something wrong with depression. But I can't take it anymore. Something that you're in. Maybe it's a family environment. Or it's a regular family environment that there's something that's grandiose about a family environment. And maybe that's why it's something about that is making you depressed. But so long you finish in school. So maybe you finished school, you didn't. Whatever the situation is here. Maybe you didn't finish school for some reason. But maybe you come from a very rich, elite family, or not, or middle class, or upper middle class, whatever it is. But your parents, somebody's parents, or upbringing, something about that is driving somebody crazy, or it's making you depressed, making somebody depressed. Maybe it's an air sign. Maybe a Libra. Maybe a Libra is depressed, or you're depressed about a Libra. Maybe you want to be with a Libra-like element. Maybe a Libra was a part of a family, or they're not. Maybe somebody that finished school. But I think that's why they're being ostracized. If it's a Libra, they're being ostracized because either they did not finish school, or they did not graduate, or they're not trying to finish school yet. It has something to do with finishing school. Something spiritual about that. Something spiritually tied into family members finishing school. Something really serious. It could be family. It could be like Libra could be your sibling. Libra could be your sibling also, or a friend. Maybe some of your friends are sharing with you about their families. Very prideful parents that somebody has with a 10 of clubs. Prideful man, husband, boyfriend, prideful wife, maybe your wife or your husband's family is really prideful. Maybe they're very prideful, and that's why I said someone's making you depressed about dating someone who comes from a very rich family. Maybe your family is not very rich. But you're trying to date someone who comes from a very rich family, vice versa. Vice versa. I mean, that's why it's a burden for you to date someone something's going on with intellect and being intelligent. Maybe you're trying to date. Maybe your parents or somebody's family environment feels that you're trying to date or be with someone that's not as intellect. I get someone with a Taurus. Someone that's not as intellectually. That they don't match your level of intellectuality. Someone that you're trying to date or talk to. Could be a Taurus-like element. That's why the 10 of diamonds is here. But maybe you make a lot of money with a Taurus. But that's what you're trying to explain to a Leo-like element. And Aries, possibly fire signs. That's what you're trying to explain to them, that she's not very rich. She's not very rich, but I love her. I like him or her. They're not very rich. Someone isn't very rich, or they don't have a lot of money, or they didn't finish school, whatever. Someone's petty about that also. Could be a sister that is, if it's not a Taurus, then maybe it's just a sibling that someone is not paying attention, or family is not paying attention to. They just finished school, or whatever it is. Or someone you're trying to date or talk to that your family, you're trying to back up your family. You're trying to back them up to your family and say, well, she's okay. She's intelligent. She's whatever. He or she is intelligent. They finished school. They didn't. There's a looking crazy. Maybe something's going on with this 10 of clubs energy. Maybe the fire signs. Maybe they're looking crazy about something. Maybe they were saying something crazy. This could be a situation here where someone tried to play someone that you were dating or trying to talk to or be with. Trying to talk about their intellect, their job, their status, they're not going to school, whatever it is. But something's going on. But maybe they actually are good. Maybe they're better at something that these elements. Maybe they're good at something that these elements can't do. Maybe the earth sign energy. Maybe they're good at something that these fire sign energy they can't do, and they're hell bent about the fact that they can't do something that this element is doing. But they're trying to be snarky with them or about them. But they don't have a right to be, whatever it is, with the 10 of diamonds and the 10 of clubs energy being here. You know? But I should not have had kids with. Maybe you look at 10 of clubs. You're like, I should not have had kids with a fire sign. Something's going on with that. Like something's going on with you starting a family, or you regret starting a family with fire sign elements. But a Scorpio said, maybe a Scorpio could have said something to you. Maybe a Scorpio said something to you in the past, maybe. Maybe a Scorpio said something to you about this, about your husband, about your wife, about something. Somebody said something crazy. Scorpio said something crazy to you about your sibling or you having kids with fire sign energy. Someone said something crazy. Maybe they said that they used to be this way, or they said they saw them doing this, that, and the third. But yet putting somebody's body somewhere. The Scorpio said, that's why the 10 of spades is there. The Scorpio energy said that they saw a fire sign energy put somebody's body somewhere. Carry someone. Maybe it's a sexual act that somebody saw, cheating scenario or not, or somebody's body. They said they saw somebody's body. They shown up as they were carrying somebody's body. They're trying to act like they don't know the hell's going on. The hell's going on? Four of spades energy. Four of spades. This could be a situation here where maybe your husband, you're a woman, your husband, maybe your husband has a really crazy lifestyle that you didn't know about, you know, or your boyfriend has a crazy lifestyle you did not know about. But you're coming home 10 of spades with a 10 of diamonds. You're like, where's all this money coming from? Where is money coming from? I get drug deals. There's drug deals that somebody's running. They're running drug deals. I mean, that's where money is coming from. That's where a lot of money is coming from. But that's how a school is built. Maybe a school is built off of drug money. What the hell? Some type of school or program somewhere in some country or in the United States. Somebody has a school, some type of company, some type of business that is built off of drug money. Somebody has a business that is built off of drug money. 10 of spades with the 10 of hearts. Jesus Christ. Your instincts has the 4 of hearts. 4 of hearts energy. Because I want to be. You want to be detached. You want. This doesn't have to be emotional. I mean, these two fours here next to each other is psychologically and emotionally detached from a family environment or a job. Whatever. It could be a boss that is doing this, a boss that is making money crazily. But there's a situation here with the 4 of hearts. You want to be, maybe you just want time away from a situation. You want time away from a particular person or a family member or family or a man or a woman that you're talking to. You just want time away for a little bit, mental and emotional time away from a situation. That's why I said making me look bad from the beginning. Something's going on. There's ways to make money without doing crazy things, and maybe that's what that's what a Cancer is saying. That's what a Cancer, maybe a Scorpio. That's what those other Cancer and a Scorpio energy. Maybe that's another Pisces. A Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio. That's what they're saying. But a guy and 2 girls. When I said that, a guy and 2 girls, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, other Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces elements. They're saying that there's ways to make money without sacrifices. There's ways to make money without doing sacrificial things. What the hell is going on? The hell is going on with the 4 of hearts energy? You're making me look bad. They're making you look bad. Make you look bad. Or maybe they're talking about it. Maybe they're bragging and talking about it all the time. Scorpio, maybe a Scorpio was talking and bragging about it. They were annoyed by it because maybe they're exposing too much or something's going on. But they're bragging and talking about it. But then what's wrong with you? Maybe you're trying to ask a fire sign, these elements, what is wrong? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with them? Doing crazy things to make money. Scamming people out of families and jobs for sacrificial things that make money. Carrying bodies in places. Whatever that means. Your family, I mean, it's something your family does behind the scenes you didn't know. Friend, husband, boyfriend, wife. I get tough. I mean, you have a wife that's tough. Something's tough about a wife. Right? She's a man. Somebody, I mean, maybe you're joking and saying that. Maybe it's a man eater. Somebody has a man eater as a wife. Maybe they're a fire sign wife, but they're man eater-ish. They have a man eater kind of personality, and you want to get away from that. Or as a parent, that is somebody's man has a man eater personality going on here with money, and this is what's going on. 4 of club energies, 4 of clubs. So this energy, this wanting to get away and break free from fire sign is something is something is not is destabilized. Something is being destabilized somewhere. It's rocked. Some type of foundation is it's a faulty foundation. But I get it has something to do with somebody's mental health in a house. Somebody's mental health in a house is making something like unstable. You know? Maybe somebody's in over their head. Maybe fire sign energies, like they're in over their head about how money is being made in a family, in a job, in a relationship. They're in over their head, and there's something that's sloppy about something that they're trying to conceal or do. But I'm going to tell the police. The 4 of hearts with the 4 of spades. You're like, I'm going to tell the police. Like what my brother said or what my brother did or husband or boyfriend, whatever. You're going to tell the police what they did. Maybe you don't want your brother to go to jail or husband or friend. Maybe you don't want somebody to go to jail necessarily, but you don't like what they're doing. They're not stopping. And that's why there's a 10 of clubs and a 10 of spades there. They're not stopping. And maybe in the shooting, the carrying the body, some craziness like that. You know? You don't want your brother to go to jail, your biological brother or not. You don't want them to go to jail or get locked up. Trying to protect them at the same time, but you want you could be protecting them by calling the police. You could be protecting them by calling the police. Maybe you're trying to scare. Something is a scare tactic. You're trying to do a scare tactic on a fire sign. Maybe it's going to work or it's not. You're trying to do a scare tactic with them by getting them to go into the police precinct, sit there for a couple of minutes. I mean, don't put him in the cell. I just want to scare him. Maybe you have a deal with police officers. You know, I just want to scare him or her a little bit. I'm not really trying to do something to him or her. Maybe somebody has had these kind of run-ins before, and you don't understand why they keep trying to. Somebody keeps having these kind of run-ins, and you don't understand why they can't stop this kind of behavior, whatever it is. The spiritual self has the 4 of diamonds. Maybe you're holding on to earth sign energies. Like I said, the Taurus, maybe it's Capricorn, Virgo, earth sign energy. Something's better about earth sign energies. Maybe they're the ones that are being schemed out of a family, out of a job. But there's something that's better about them. Maybe their intellect is better. Maybe that's why you're trying to defend yourself. You're trying to defend yourself to a dad, a mom, a coworker, a friend group situation. But I get their ideological view of something is something is morphed. Somebody has an ideological view of something that is morphed. It's a morphed view. It's a very morphed view. Maybe it's a Taurus. Maybe it's an earth sign energy or fire sign energy. The morph view could be like the success, the way success is being gained. Maybe somebody is very uneducated about it, and maybe they think that sacrifices have to happen all the time. That's not the case. That's why I said the Pisces, the other Pisces, the Cancer, the Scorpio. They're like, there's other ways to make money. There's other ways. Maybe the earth sign energies, they're screaming that. The earth sign energies are screaming that. Maybe they're talking about that also. The one you're with, or another sibling, another friend. That's why they're on the right side. Because they're right. They're on this side because they're right. Because they're right. Earth sign energy. Your mentality has a Jack of clubs energy here. I get Aries. This energy is showing up like an Aries. They're annoying. It's Aries. Aries element is annoying. Something is like a what do you call it? Something is what do you call it? A sadist, a sad someone who what do you call it? Someone who practices Satan. Someone who like this energy, like it has something to do with their belief. Someone thinks that you need to. That someone this energy that needs to go back to school. It's a younger Aries that needs to go back to school. Or if it's not a kid, if they're not a child, then it's a younger Aries to you. Or they're showing up miseducated on a specific topic that has something to do with their view of how how you should gain fame and fortune. But they think that you have to practice some type of satanic stuff in order to be famous, and that's not the case. That's not the case, and that's why the 4 parts and this element is here. Because I want him to learn. Like I want him to go back to school. Maybe he's a kid. That's why I say you don't want kids around something. You want a kid to learn. You want a child to learn properly. But maybe something's going on in a house that is something's going on with you. You're fearing. I get a business being torn down. You're fearing a business being torn down. A business being torn down because it has something to do with somebody's behavior, or has something to do with somebody's view of how success should be gained. So it's sacrificial things that you don't have to do that. But it's making a business look bad. It's making you look bad. Family look bad. What's changing is the 7 of clubs energy. 7 of clubs is changing. But I'm tired. Maybe someone's going with you. You're tired. You're tired of fire sign elements. You're very tired of them. But they're trying to you're tired of trying to get them to change their views. Spiritual ones, success ones, whatever. You're tired of trying to get them. You're tired of trying to get their views to change. And they're not changing. It's difficult to change. But I have tried everything. Maybe you tried everything to get them to stop doing something. Maybe you tried everything, whatever everything means. Your resolution has a 7 of hearts energy. 7 of hearts. Because I want to go back to, maybe you want to go back to, maybe it's water sign energy. Maybe it's a Cancer. I was getting Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Maybe they have, or sign. Maybe they have better views on something that's going on. Those guys, those girls, they have better views on what's going on. Workplace. Maybe it's a job that you went into that has these kind of views. Coworker that has these kind of views. Boss that has these kind of views. And you're like, that's not the only way. Educate yourself a little bit more. 7 of hearts. You know? You don't want your kids in something. Or somebody wants their children in something in a society, born into one. You don't understand why you have to stay in something, but maybe it's a partnership. You don't understand why you have to stay. Someone is blood tied. You're in a partnership with someone but it's blood tied. 7 of hearts with the 4 of spades. You can't get out of something. You're wishing that you had options, and you're trying to get options of way. I get dating, but you're trying to get dating options. Maybe someone is a Satanist. Someone that you're dating or talking to, maybe they're a Satanist. They're a Satanist. I mean, if you study Satanism, I don't think it's not necessarily negative, but maybe people have a very negative view of it because it had the word Satan in it, and maybe something's going on with that. Teaching things the right way, you know? It just depends. It just depends on the situation. You know, apply this to school, work, some type of partnership that you're in with someone, and their views of how success should be is morphed. Somebody's view of Satanism is morphed. Spirituality, how money is made in the family, whatever. All right, let's see what the outcome is. Eight of Wands. But you're traveling to tell. You're traveling to tell a fire sign element something. But I think that they should stop. You're traveling to tell a fire sign element something that they should stop doing. They should stop doing. But I get to a Taurus. Maybe you're traveling to tell a fire sign energy to stop doing something to a Taurus, some earth sign. But they're not going to. Something difficult about it. With the Eight of Wands. But it's why don't they like her? Maybe it's a Taurus female, some earth sign female. Why don't they like her? Your girlfriend, your boyfriend? whatever partner that you have, coworker that you have, why don't they like her? Maybe it has something to do with somebody's spiritual views. It could have something to do with somebody's spiritual views with the Eight of Wands. But if they're never going to listen, you're traveling to what a fire sign element, so maybe just traveling, period. And Aries, Leo, they're never going to listen. Sag, maybe they're never going to listen. But I get they also don't understand something. They also don't understand something that you're traveling to explain to them. They also don't understand something. Why don't they understand? Maybe they're shutting their mind down to something that is actually truth. They're trying to either don't understand it or they're whatever. All right. Let me know how it resonates. Pisces, be well. Take care. Bye.